should help me get Barry out of jail again. So there we go. Is it working now? Now it's working. What the hell? So the apparently the cord that the microphone plugs into was stretched a little bit too far, so we didn't have any of that going on. I'm like, what the heck's going on? I test everything, but wasn't able to test the microphone. So you guys can hear me now. Not trying to give you the silent treatment, but yeah. So when I talk, first of all, I can hear myself in my own ears, but then, yeah, the VU meter that normally goes off and wasn't going off. So I was like, what the heck's going on here? And it was the, you know, I got like a regular microphone like you'd have in church or something. So cord was just stretched. So here we go. We're in Simulator Sunday, obviously. It was going to be a quiet Sunday, but now we're live. We're doing. I was backing up here because, so Taco Bell, Veterans Day is coming up, and Taco Bell has a special going on, and they reached out to BNSF and said, hey, we got a lot of cars we got to get to our plant. We can start getting orders done. So all these cars are specifically for Taco Bell, which is right here is where they do it in the city of Verne, Los Angeles. And so we have a lot of supplies here to deliver to Taco Bell. Probably more than they can hold right now, but be on hot ready standby for our partners here at Taco Bell so that anybody that requires you know, any sort of massive bowel movement, they'll be able to go to Taco Bell and take care of their medical needs. That's what we're supplying their cars that came in last minute, I guess, due to the something to do with transport wherever they get their materials from, probably down south. I mean, it's quote Mexican food, right? I don't think so. Here in Southern California, the weather is currently 81 degrees. not too bad. It's pretty nice. Been a little warm the last few days. Normally it's hot and windy. Been unusually mild this year. So we had temperatures in the mid 90s, which is fantastic compared to 150 that it usually is. Right now we're in LAJ Sea Yard, where Taco Bell and other industries are. So we're going to start off here by getting some of these reefers and boxcars into the industry, and we've got other cars to pull out. So what up, Deviant? How many double-decker tacos does one need? I mean, that's a silly question, bro. Come on, you know the answer. I mean, if you gotta have them for now and you gotta have them for later. I'm not aware of the double-decker taco thing. But they got like chocolate tacos for dessert and things like that too. A little noisy here, sitting on the reefer. We got the diesel engine keeping the car cool. Double-decker tacos. I always like the chalupas. The steak, or not the steak, the ground beef chalupas. Have always been pretty good. And I've never had a problem with Taco Bell. I've heard that some people do. If you're gonna go, you might as well double it up, right? Get your money's worth. Well, remember, used to be able to get, of course, we're aging ourselves here a little bit. You used to get like 2 tacos for like 99 cents, right? Now, was it like $19 to get a little meal out of there? And I don't drink sodas, so I don't get drinks. I don't know that at my age, Taco Bell doesn't do stuff. I mean, let's be clear. I don't really go to Taco Bell. See if I can Alt 11. Okay, that does that. I was trying to get to the back of the train though. We'll hop down here. They want to get smushed in the wall here. But yeah, I don't typically eat out that much. Mentioned this a lot of times. My wife and I both know how to cook. She does the majority of it. But it's always coming up with good things, and we spend our money on real food. But every once in a while we'll have a blast from the past. For the Taco Bell Del Taco we have down here in Southern California. If you guys heard about it around the rest of the country and the world, but Del Taco there was a restaurant a long time ago called Noggles, and they merged with them. So Taco Bell Noggles, pretty dang good. Of course, we have the In-N-Out, but that's all hamburger stuff. The Del Taco offers both fast, non-Mexican Mexican food. Oh, it doesn't blow you up like Taco Bell does, but it's legit. It's legit food. But they also have hamburgers. So like Carl's Jr. or whatever, I forgot what you guys call it over there. You got like the green burrito. Adult cooking. Love me a lasagna. I went to Sicily and I was trying to get lasagna. And he's got the finger waving because you have to order 3 meals. Like, you can't just say, hey, give me a dish of lasagna. You have to have a salad or a soup, and then the meal, and then something else. That was back when I really didn't like, when I wasn't a fan of food other than eating it due to hunger. All right, we're going to put a handbrake on back here so that we can slow our thing back here. How you been doing, Deviant? It's been a while. Deviant's from the Twitch side of the house, typically. Glad to see you over here on YouTube. This is what I do Sundays. But if this was Twitch, right now I'd have about 7,000 dropped frames, like I do on Wednesday nights. For those of you who want to see something a little different, we're doing Max Payne 3, 5 p.m. on the Pacific Coast every Wednesday night. Let me get some throttle going here. I want to come back about half the distance that I have here. I don't want to get too close to the bumper or buffer. I do want to come back a little bit more. Got quite a load here. And that'll do right there. I already know my engine number. Got it right here, 5141. Okay, so I'm going to put a second one on so if somebody slams into them, it doesn't hit that bumper and everything disappears. You love lasagna though. Man, I just had a soup, homemade everything soup. It was a chicken, I think it was chicken. Cooked a whole bunch of chicken and then turned it into a soup. Some homemade bread. That's what gets me every time is bread. Bread is my Taco Bell. Put a hurting for certain on you. Okay, so I have these here. I'm not running air through anything that I'm aware of. Go up to the locomotive and test that out here. I mean, so we gotta pull some of those cars out. Let me just make sure that I'm closed. Angle cock's closed here. So we've got to dump these cars here. And see, it's all this sitting, or, having to stand on the ground and everything. Be a pain in the butt on multiplayer and Run 8. But you got to do what you got to do. All right, so I have these cars here. I'm going to go ahead and bring everything back. Hey, I'm in the same kind of situation a little bit. Mine's just got engaged. Here in a couple weeks, Thanksgiving. But yeah, congratulations. Always nice to see them grow up and do what they got to do. Now we have to pull these cars out here. I'm going to pull them out with our loaded cars. That's fine. Got to pull forward here a little bit. Yeah, I do my streams, Deviant, still do an hour long every Wednesday on Twitch. It's kind of been a battle because, I was never a Twitch guy. I was always a YouTube guy. But doing Max Payne, went through medieval game, Kingdom Come Deliverance, and it's hard to stream that. Open world games that have a story to it, because you just gotta spend a whole hour running around doing nothing, like GTA or something like that, unless you're doing the missions. Like one mission could take a whole hour and you really don't get nothing done. So I moved along to Max Payne 3, which is a little bit more going on with that. And then I do 2 hours here on the weekend on Sundays, usually call it Simulator Sundays. But I've had to move my timing around because of NFL. I watch Cowboys. So I watch them lose often. And because of that, I have to move the times that I stream on Sundays around. Now, they're playing tomorrow night. They're going to most likely lose tomorrow night to the Broncos, who have been doing good. I'm sorry, they're playing Arizona. Now, I probably won't get a chance to view them because I have YouTube TV as my provider. And they're currently in contract disputes right now with Disney, who owns ESPN, which is Monday Night Football, and CBS. Or ABC, whoever it is. And I'm okay. Listen, I'll watch the game one way or another. There's plenty of places to watch them. Just maybe not on live TV as we know it. But I don't want my bill to go up. Because one, I hate ESPN. They suck. They've always sucked. Oh yeah, we suffered again. I mean, I'm just kind of, I've accepted a fact. You know what I mean? So there are plenty of online places that you can go to watch the games, which you get what you pay for. So today I was watching. This morning, for some reason, I couldn't watch the Detroit Lions play the Vikings. I don't know why. I mean, the Chargers were on TBS, Channel 2, and there was no other game on, so like I don't know why I couldn't watch Fox here, Southern California, but I ended up watching it anyways and had to reset the browser all the time, but it is what it is. I'll watch the Cowboys tomorrow night, same way. So I just recently subscribed to Paramount Plus. If you are a veteran or an active duty personnel, or you can prove that you're one, they offer for the lifetime of your subscription 50% off the plan that you choose, of your choosing. So I went ahead and went with the premium plan, which is like $12.99 a month, but when you do it by year, typically 119, so 120 bucks. But because I got 50% off, it's only $70 per year for me, and that includes Showtime and a bunch of like no commercials and all these other things. So if that's something that I find that I'm paying for more than I need, I don't like burning money up, then I will lower the version of the subscription I have to the one that is essentially $4 a month. So that'll be nice. 4 times 12, 50 bucks, just under 50 bucks a year. Yeah, I don't know that there's anything that comes on Disney or whatever that I'd watch. I don't have Hulu. I don't need it. You know, I have my own media server that I am able to get some of the latest and media that's out there, Apple Plus and all these other things. So I end up watching those. But I mean, most of what I watch are on Paramount anyways. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. I end up watching YouTube typically at night when I'm getting ready to go to sleep. But like Lawman's coming back on, all these Taylor Sheridan shows. I watch a bunch of them, and yeah, they fulfilled some of that time for me. It really is. But I mean, I don't know if you've seen the price of cable. I know people that have it, and they tell me how much they pay for cable, or just cable. And the thing about something like a streaming service that I find desirable for what I do. So when I was working out at the Army base, because I wasn't at home at the time, I had DirecTV, and it was right after AT&T had purchases that things kind of went wrong. I couldn't view it remotely like they said I could. And so I had a TV service I was paying for that I couldn't really watch it anywhere else. YouTube TV for $35 a month at the time was perfect. Gave me exactly what I needed. Now it's $70 a month, but it still does what I needed to. Now where I work, I have it on all day, every day. I pay a little bit more for the HD version, but then that's what allows me, I don't watch it in 4K, but it allows me to have unlimited streams at my residence. So then that preserves the 4 streams, three or 4 streams, whatever, that are remote. So my wife can watch whatever she wants at home, and can watch on any TV I want. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. Maybe because I'm grandfathered in. Maybe it's $72.99 for me. I don't know. I don't know exactly how much it is. Like we watch, the only thing I need it for is to watch, news, which is what I watch most of the time, just have it on as noise. and then live sports on the weekends. Really the only thing I need TV for. Everything else I'm able to get. So yeah, it works for me, and you know, I'm not happy. I liked when it was $35 a month, that's for sure, but it ain't $35 a month. All right, we're gonna do a timer, a distance counter here. I guess we're starting here because it's only 900 feet to go. That's to the tip of the engine. I was watching the World Series. Now, I watched, for those of you that have been watching me for years, I am, okay, so I play a game, I stream a game where I'm playing baseball. In you know, in March and stuff when that season's going on. And I played baseball growing up, but I'm not a baseball fan. I do enjoy doing the content, but so I end up watching the World Series every year, just more of as a tradition than anything else. So I didn't care who won, but what I did appreciate, Deviant, about that was that the series was excellent. The games were close, you know, they were competitive. So that at the end when the Dodgers won, I was happy for either team to win. The effort that both teams put forth was absolutely amazing, and I just appreciated the fact that the games were very competitive, very close, and that's what I enjoyed. I had a slight wish for the Dodgers to win only because they're my local team, being here suburb of Los Angeles. But I didn't really care. I'm not a big baseball fan, so we're gonna stop with the Taco Bells right here. They can start working on messing up your bowels now that they've received their loads, and I'm sure they're going to want to create yours. Well, the supplies have been delivered to Taco Bell, and I'm sure that they're going to be very appreciative of that. Make money blowing your bowels out. God bless. I went when I was in Texas in May. I saw the Texas Rangers like a live game. That was fun. I forget who they were playing. I don't think it was Atlanta. Yeah, that's all I care about. Kapowie. Yeah, I don't I don't keep up on baseball, and I mean, to be honest, I don't know that I'm gonna this winter, spring, when we get back to it. I don't know that I'm streaming baseball this year because there is no method for me to transfer all of my custom teams over to Super Mega Baseball 4. There's no way. And those are all hand created either by me or like NM created a team, Arco created a team. So there's a lot of those teams that were created by other people. The amount of work involved in that, just in the beer keggers alone, is probably, 2 weeks, 80 hours worth of time creating the logos and the team colors and the names and keeping up with all that over the 8 seasons that I did it. I'm not going to hand recreate all that stuff. It's just not something I have the time for. So unfortunately, Beer Kegger's archives may be the only way to see that again. So I've got outbounds here, and okay, it's probably, well, we should go get more. Let's go get more. We got Vons over here. We need to pick these up. So yeah, we'll pick up these Vons if there's some in here. Oh, there is. Okay. I did that series I did 8 seasons. I think a couple of them were shorter. I may have done 2 within a calendar year, but yeah, they've been going on for a while. I don't know if we look in YouTube and look at the season 1 date that it was published. It's not like you can go to Twitch and do it. Twitch don't let you keep stuff there. Another reason that I'm not a big fan of Twitch. I also don't watch Twitch. Like, I don't watch my friends' Twitch. I take the one that I do on Twitch and I push it over to YouTube so that I can enjoy it later. Laugh my butt off. Wondering how the heck I came up with some of that stuff. Just like when I did roleplay, or GTA roleplay with Barry. And that stuff is funny. Until I started recording, if I hadn't recorded any of that, it would be gone because he didn't record any of it. He just left it up to Twitch and all that stuff disappeared. Like our first meeting and everything. That was amazing. And our OCRP has put in their shutdown order. They're turning off their system in a few months. So OCRP will exist no more. I don't blame Jeff. I did the same thing. I still have a server for Grand Theft Auto Roleplay, but it's currently turned off. But if somebody wants to play on there, all I got to do is turn it back on. It's ready to go. Kind of boring when you don't have anybody. Well, I never really liked Twitch. I never really liked it. I would watch it once in a while. Like during the COVID, like after we were starting to do role-playing stuff on Twitch, I watched it a lot more, but everybody was kind of at home and there wasn't anything really going on. So I still kept up with YouTube though. I was putting out a video almost every day on YouTube. And back then, I wasn't getting compensated for any of that. Like now I get paid for how much you guys watch those videos. So if you wanted to turn them on when you go to sleep at night, money will go in my pocket eventually. But there's no, you don't have to pay for any of it. That's how I like it. I don't like begging for money. I won't. And I feel like that's what you have to do on Twitch. You have to keep an audience. The only reason I still do Twitch is that I do have some subscribers that continue to donate to the channel, and I owe it to them. If they're going to pay for the content, I'm going to keep giving them content. But I do Twitch 4 times a month. 4 days a month. We are coming back to get this guy here. Brakes are on. Suppose I can get rid of the nuisance on the tracks you can't read. Yeah, a lot of people that we watch back on Twitch in the day. You find NM on there still. I think Zed still goes on once in a while. Barry had a bunch of stuff happen in his personal life, you probably know, and so he hasn't really been around on it. He did test stream. Like he streams, they call it football games. We call it soccer. He'll stream that stuff, Australian rules football or whatever they call it. It's not real football. They don't have pads and stuff, so maybe it is more real than ours, but I like American football. Yeah, a lot of those people, they're not around. Lots happening. But when I started streaming on there, and as far as when I started getting bigger, was that 2019. Me and Barry were doing our thing. All right, take off the handbrake here. We got handbrakes on there. Let's go ahead and pull her forward. We'll get these out of here and move on to the next one. Where are we at? Here we go. I mean, NM's been streaming like Monday through Friday last couple months. Take a look here, see, let's make our plan of where we're going to go next. We don't have anything back here that we need to get right now. So we're going to pull forward. We've already taken care of Taco Bell. And now we've got to get these. We do have the map up here that will tell us the yards. This is available from the depotserver.com, your source for everything Run 8. You can see right here, this. So we just got Vaughn's from here, Taco Bell from here. We got the WRG and the QDC here. And then forward of us down the path a little bit, these are opposite ways, so we can't get those. But we will we'll fill out, we'll get all this stuff here, and then we'll move them to one of the tracks here. We got 3 there and 2 tankers. And on the ground on multiplayer in order to... We are in the Mateo community server, by the way. Set this switch. We'll grab these guys first. They're empties, which is good, because we don't want to put hazardous chemicals next to food if possible. Let's see, I want this. Tell me the cars here. All of our cars are, the air is bled out, so we can't kick. Looks like I got a one that's full here. So let me take care of that full right now. I realized that one was full. Oops. It's a little chat thing I don't need. Alright, so we'll kick that down there. Fill this switch, and then we'll run down here and put a handbrake on here so that it doesn't go too far. We need to clear the tracks, keep the tracks clear. Handbrake coming on. Now we'll take all of our empties and we'll come back here and pick up cars back here. What I'll do is once I have everything, I'm gonna try to jump on the ladder here. There we go. But these are empty. Putting the empties together, I'm gonna put the fulls. Depends on where they're going. Everything here in the C yard is going to go west towards the A and B yard. Probably most likely we put the outbounds in the B yard. And then from there we'll grab all the cars together, put them on road power, and then send it to Barstow, except for San Diego. And there's a San Diego right here. Second car is SDG, which is San Diego. I have not looked at all the others in the cut here to see. We need to get those out of there too. I have a San Diego car and a Bell Pass. SDG needs to come out of there. So I'm going to have to do a couple moves to make that happen. Parking brakes on somewhere. So I have to separate the San Diego cars from here because most of these are all yards that are off map. So they basically drive off map and disappear. But they go and get sorted at Barstow. The San Diego cut off is pretty close. From here, because I mean we're in Los Angeles, so instead of going all the way to Barstow and then bringing San Diego cars back, wasting fuel, we don't want to do that. Maybe put a handbrake on this guy. And we're gonna we have an open coupler here. Let's go, pull forward. This is the beauty of switching, by the way. Well, I don't. So if you're running, so here in Southern California, it is very rare to see the non-company unit in the lead. So here we have BNSF and Union Pacific, and 99.99% of the time when you see them going down the road, because I live right here between them both, you'll see BNSF in the lead or UP in the lead. You see foreign power in between, you know, as MUs, but you won't see them in the lead. It's always company power in the front here in the Southwest, or even in the Northwest. If you do see a different Aeromech, or you know, the Mexico one, or you know, CSX, Norfolk Southern, it would be extremely rare to see that. Does not happen. We have them all over. I mean, that's because it's in Run 8. But we shouldn't be leading with them, the Yardmasters. I guess, I don't know. Really don't care what color the engine is in front. They all work the same. Let's take off the handbrakes here. Let's come on back. I need to get the San Diego car out of there, so this is how I'm going to do it right here. If I can clear the track. A little bit more back. Where we get creative, solve the puzzle here. So I'm going to put the load up against the engine. Any other loaded cars I want to have up here. So this is not San Diego. Too much brake too soon. to make sure I can get by. It's going to be close. I should just be able to skim by there, but oh yeah, we're good. Trying to get the coupler open here. Oops. Pull forward. If there's a little more room, I'd be able to put in this track, but there's not. We'll keep an eye on this, no handbrake on it. Nothing back there, so we'll go ahead and kick this guy off. All right, handbrake's on there. So now we've sorted. So I had some cars in Port-Free today. And even down in the AB yard they didn't get dropped off where they should have, and you know, gotta pay more attention to the work orders, but really not major crisis. It just takes time. You don't do it as you go along. It would be perfect if you can sort them as you're pulling them, just like I'm doing now. Heavy car in the front, loaded cars in the front, middle light cars in the middle, and San Diego cars, put them in the rear. This type of train work is called switching because we activate the switches quite a lot. Industry work, yard work. All right, we're pulling forward, and now we're going to grab that San Diego car, and we are done pulling from these four industries. And then we'll continue along doing some more industry collection. We already delivered Taco Bell. Again, Taco Bell, I mean, they had a request in, said, hey, BNSF, please, we need more beef. We need beef and beans. Magic sauce for our business. Without it, nobody will have close calls. So we've delivered all their goods, vegetables, everything. Now they're going to want to do business with us much more in the future. So now that I have these off, this lead here, I normally don't fill it, but I'm going to go ahead and leave. I'm going to leave us. Let me turn here so I can see it. I'm going to bring this back. Actually, I can come all the way back here because either go forward and then come back, or come back and then go forward. We'll come on to the, I believe it's going to be this one. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Then we can take that road power and move it over, and it's you know, ready to go with the exception of the what I'll do is when I get ready to move the road power on, I'll connect the road power to here, and then I'll move, speeding a little bit, but that's okay. We'll put loaded cars on one track and unloaded on another one, and then we'll start pulling these guys and breaking those up. Right on the front here. Blow out everybody's eardrums. Countdown now, and it's just under 900 feet long, but that's counting the nose of the power here. And then next is where we're going to be looking at where all this stuff ends up going. Well, I mean, we still have others to pull. We can pull, we can deliver. We just delivered and pulled some stuff, but you know, the Vaughn stuff is over there. Okay, so we're clear of the back there. All right, so the San Diego, I should have got that off. Let's do this so that we don't forget. We're going to put a handbrake on here, and then we can move that one over. But we'll disconnect here, go all the way down here where we got to go anyways, and then that way there's a separation. If we just need to move that one San Diego car over, it's much easier now. It's not touching the train, rest of it. Yeah, we're going to use our map here. There's another industry thing that we can use in the depotserver.com. But I find the map the easiest because it tells you which direction we need to either push. We either need to shove them in or back in. So shove is where you basically have to push it from the nose of the direction that you're going. So we're doing a shove. Well, no, actually it doesn't. Shove is when you shove them in there. What am I thinking? Looking, oh, that's UP River Yard. That's Union Pacific, not us. Where Dave's gas is. All right. We're gonna leave the rest of this here. We've got to put a couple of handbrakes on. Should be good to go. Let's do a little handbrake test before we let them. There's no air on there. They're all bled out. See how long it takes them. They stop immediately. So that's 2 handbrakes is all they need for this weight. Ride the back of the train if we can catch up to it. So I'm going to go all the way over to the far, we're not going down here. This one is going to be, we got to pull these out of here. So we'll come back here and we'll start, we should actually go to the other end, to be honest. But I need to get this out of the way so I can move that power off. You know what? How am I complicating everything? Leave that where it's at. Oh, dash 9's right here. Cab. We'll disconnect back there. Oh, maybe not. Handbrakes off these two. Walk all the way around the train over the steps. We're going to close this angle cock. These cars have air in it. More. Angle cock's closed. We're good there. These handbrakes are on. Pole. Well, see, I waited too long. The couplers, I don't know why that happened, but the couplers re-engaged. It does that on multiplayer. It doesn't do that really much on single player. So I was trying to pull forward. That's why I like to open both sides of the couplers here. Long hood trail, so I don't know why the lights are on. And I parked those guys right in the way, but we'll move them out of the way. Okay? I'm a little choked up. Oh, a flame came out the back. Boom! Now we're going to roll in here. Again, I'll set this as my lead unit. And now I set up remote control for the purposes of I could kill these and those guys. Actually, let me just do that. Turn off these guys. We'll isolate them. But, I mean, we could have left them running, but the brakes, all the brakes are on. Oh, is this one going to start back up? He's chugging along anyways. He didn't get the memo. That's fine. We'll you don't hear it spinning up right now because it's isolated. So whatever the main engines, they're all MU'd up. Whatever they do won't affect these back here. So I'm going to bring this. We may still have deliveries. I'm going to put it on this track right here where it's getting ready to cross. This train is not reacting at all to what isolated, meaning that whatever controls I put in from these two smaller engines, these will not react. So that's basically just a car, but it has a running engine. This one's dead, so. Use these to send them back to Barstow. Probably need some more power though. That's all available in the E yard. Shut this guy off. Got a handbrake there. Close both angle cocks because they're locomotives. Oh. Okay, so then we have, this track is going to be empty all the way through, but we've got more pickups to do. So we did Taco Bell and all that stuff. It took us an hour to do just that. We're gonna run back here and grab the other cars from back here. Normally what I'll do is I'll go get the Earl tankers and then grab these, but actually that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in reverse. There's San Diego car. We'll have to deal with that. We got 2 San Diego cars. And in this case, I think I'm going to keep San Diego up against the locomotive. And if I get any cars that are fulls, I'll keep those in the rear, because when we come back to the C yard, I want them currently facing where the nose of my train is now. that way all the cars are still headed the same direction. It's already in the yard. San Diego is closest to locomotives based on direction. And then the loaded cars would be on the tail end of where we're at right now pulling. So as we pull into the yard, they're facing the same direction. As long as we go this way, but if we got to go all the way around and come the other way, because we can do that too, then we mess ourselves up. Either way, it's not hard to resort. As long as they're, you know, together. As long as they're together overall. Come on, pick the switch. We'll see how easy that is. Now the San Diego cars are together, and then the other ones are going to go to Barstow will be together. You do it this way while you're working it. It's pretty easy. You wait till you get back to the yard, and then you have to, 30 cars in San Diego, you have to pull it out, and it just doesn't make sense. Just not efficient time-wise. And it's harder as you put them all together than if there's 4 or 5 cars, 8 cars at a time. Much easier to do it then. I also put the air hoses on while we're pulling them around. Now, if the server restarts, obviously the air hoses will be disconnected again, but it's not my fault. So we have this one, and then we can literally pull those in, or we can continue back around the corner about a mile away and get some tankers, which is my intentions. Watching my coupling speed here. Under 2, perfect. Handbrakes off, let's go. Oh, so now we're 6801 is our lead. Oh, I can't get on there. There we go. OMW here. There was some back in the yard I saw. I was disconnecting the power. OMW was right next to it. We got to pick up these guys, and there's no San Diego in there, just STO, which is Stockton, I think. I don't think it's St. Yeah, Stockton. Never memorized I never had a need to memorize the yards. That are off map. We're gonna go over. I think this is the 710, I believe, or the 605. But we're gonna come right back here and grab these vet tankers. Line up our switches for that. I'm doing 3 miles an hour, by the way, so if I were to hit those cars, it would be no big deal. Because I'm not going very fast. You see how the sunlight hits these cars here and it shines. You can barely see how the sunbeams as we turn, they go away. So these are generic, like these are basic paint jobs typically, but this is the layer is called MRO. MNRO, something like that in Run 8. However they're made. I know that it's a separate layer to do the light reflection, like the these reflector tapes. That's all in that layer. I learned that as I was doing graffiti, working on graffiti. So one day I'll MNRO. Make a connect here. We are good. We'll hit the handbrakes on the airlines and pull forward. I've already lined the switches to go with those tankers. Then the tankers, when we come back, I think I've already lined up the switches, that one there and this one. So we're going to put the tankers on this track here. Okay. Hop in the back. Let's go get those tankers. So you can see up here where it says N1. That's what notch I'm in. For those of you that aren't in Run 8 or don't have anything to do with trains other than watching them. So our throttle in our locomotive, this is right here is your throttle. So yeah, so let's see. It's weird that the if I use a rail drive, I use like a joystick for trains. You see I'm in notch 1 there. It says 1. So this has 8 notches. So it's not like a gas pedal where you can simply just press or release as you need to. It has notches. The notches are, my understanding of it is it's a percentage of power that the prime mover can generate. So thought I had a parking brake on, or handbrake. So then you have a dynamic brake as well. So if I go into dynamic setup, doesn't have notches. So this is more of a, I'm using the prime mover, the locomotive engine, to put resistance on the wheels to help brake. I can also use air. Each of the cars has its own independent air that will try to match whatever the locomotive's set to. And it's measured in pounds per square inch, PSI. By the way, this switch down here is called a reverser. It's currently in reverse, or no, I can't do it. But if that's neutral, and then that would be forward, that is when I apply power, that's which way the wheels are going to want to turn. Go back to notch 1. This is the train brake, also known as what is it? We got the train brake. It's the one that sends air all the way down through the cars. Or it doesn't send air, it actually sets the air through all the cars. You can only apply them or remove the air. You can't, it's not like a brake pedal where you push down and the harder you push, it stops and you can release a little bit. This is whatever you set it to, it will reduce the amount of air pressure in the brake pipe that goes all the way through, which then the cars apply that much pressure on the brakes. So we start with 90 pounds of pressure on through the brake pipe, and if I apply, I don't have any in the cars right now, but if I apply 10 pounds of if I reduce the brake pipe by 10 pounds, that reduces the brake pipe to 80 pounds, which means I'm then applying 80 psi. Well, no, I'd be applying like 0, because it's hard to say. 80 pounds per square inch on the brake pipe is the brake pads are touching the wheels, so it's really no pressure on the wheels, just the brakes are touching. At 75 pounds on the brake pipe, then I'm applying 5 pounds per square inch of force onto each individual axle. It's kind of complicated the way that I'm explaining it. Well, it's a complicated system. But each car has its own reservoir of air, so when you reduce the brake pipe, it bleeds that air out, and when you release the brakes, that car charges the airline back up, charges the brakes to lift the brakes off. So that's why on long trains it takes a while to release all the brakes. Right on the back here. So it's not like semi trucks where they have, you apply the brakes and it has a spring to remove them. This is using air both ways. It uses air to apply the brake pressure, and it uses air to release the brakes from the wheels. There's other videos where people explain it much better than I just did. But also in the locomotive, we have a independent brake, and that one is for only the locomotives. If you have several locomotives attached to each other and there's a control cable attached between them, you apply the independent brake to your main or your lead engine. The other ones that are connected through that MU cable will respond with the same independent brake. Problem is, if you have loaded cars, you're only using the independent brake, stop them all depending on the weight, you can burn up the brakes because you're just using the locomotives. I do that in yards because I bleed the cars, but on the main line you would use air on your cars. You'd use the train brake, slow down the entire train. In the yards, you're moving 20 cars, you bleed all the cars out, there's no air in them, so then when you kick them, the brakes don't apply. There's no brake pressure pushing on them because there's no brake pipe pressure, so then the brakes would apply. Because remember, the cars respond to the brake pipe unless they're bled. However, when they're bled, that means you also need to use hand brakes because they're free to roll because there's no air in the brake system to apply the brakes. Anyways, we're going to go over one of the Los Angeles freeway systems here. I believe this is 710. Could be 605. Wherever Vern's at. Vernon. And as I'm doing almost 19 miles an hour, I only have a few cars, but I would use dynamic brakes in this situation. Use the prime mover to slow me down rather than just independent brakes from the locomotive. And right now I'm at 600 feet of cars overall. 267 tons is what everything weighs, so not counting the locomotives. 267 tons of car, of metal that we're moving around. So you don't want to just use, 12 brake pads. That's what I was trying to do. Push the wrong buttons. 15 miles an hour, we're going to be backing into these tankers, so we'll start slowing down here with dynamic brakes. You turn this on when you're trying to go to sleep by night, you'll definitely fall asleep. Just listen to the brake explanation over and over again. You'll sleep like a baby, trust me. I've already lined up the switches so that this should be pretty clean in and out. We'll probably grab those NPP cars if there's any over there. You can kind of see them, the tag for them. Remember, the San Diego cars that I have right now are where the lead units are, the locomotives. Those I'm picking up, these are all empties. They're in the back. If we had full cars, we'd want them have them on the very back, then the empties, and then the San Diego cars where our engines are, based on the direction that I'm going, where I want them to leave the yard. Is how I'm looking at it. Kind of the overall view of this. We're on flat ground and I'm slowing down, so let me give it one notch to make the couple here. All right, we are locked, loaded. Get to the very back. Wrong one. Took the handbrake off. Okay, so that's the very last one. Go ahead and pull it forward. All the airlines are on. We're going to come over and grab these next. We'll walk the line. I mean, where we just came from, we know everything's lined up. Gotta wait for the last car to cross right here, and we'll shove from here. We got, what, 3 or 4 more to go? That was an airplane flying over here, that truck when it went by. All right, there's the last car. Okay, here we go. Going back. We got a number of tankers back here, and then we got some more back here that we can go ahead and go get. Doesn't really matter. There are some that are reversed from the direction we're going now. If you look on the map, you see right here, PRP and A1 trucking are going to be reversed from the direction we're going now. So those are the only ones that are kind of tricky from this, if the way we're lining everything up. We'd have to get them from the nose of the train and then do some track switching and all that. So we'll get them, but maybe a different way. 7 miles an hour, so I'll use independence. I'm sorry, not independence. I'll use dynamics. Getting a little too long to use independence. We'll slow her down about 2.5. All right. Visually check again to make sure. Mouse is on the wrong screen, so I can't do nothing. STO, no San Diego. Okay. We're going to pull forward here nice and slow. And figure out our next. So there's nothing in that one. There's a couple San Diegos in this. Then got some over here as well. And then that will be it for what's back here. So we'll get all these right now since we're here. And we'll come down track right here. And once we get them, we'll take them back to the yard. We just need to work the other half of the yard. There's only three industries. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 together, 3, 4 other industries that aren't over here. So well, actually no, 3. SMI, KAV, and AS. H-hash. Okay, now we'll ride back. Just taking a peek of what I have here. Initial plan. Oh, how many cars I have. Oh, not that many. Okay. I think I can occupy this track. San Diego. The PRP track. And no loads. Okay. Yeah. I'll bring them here. On this. Actually, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll flip over. I have to do some manipulating back here at the PRP side. We'll see how much fits on this track here. $1,500 feet. And I'm going to occupy this. I'm going to foul that switch, but that's okay. myself plenty of room to work here. Put some handbrakes on. Pretty flat here, so. Gotta manipulate this switch. Those are the independent brakes you hear squeaking. All right, these ones are empty and we're pulling them out. Before I do those, I was gonna go get these. Take some of the handbrakes off. All off. Now we got cars on both ends. So as we come through here, we'll pick up these other ones. Oh, I missed. I forgot to launch the Spectre.
Almost 149.90.
Now we have live BNSF radio.
15.
All right, so we have, yeah, these are pretty mixed. That's San Diego. We don't. That's fine. We'll just leave them like that. All right, handbrake's off. Let's come on back.
Alright, copy that. Not a key chain, no TSPH, no high wires, no helpers. Alright, copy that. Watch your lights behind one. I got one northbounder, then lights behind him. That's correct. Dispatch out.
Signal's not as clean today. We'll get rid of these other cars besides the San Diego ones first. Put them with the stacks here.
outside you. QC, check 118, eastbound, forming inbound 50. Alright, I'm track 582, here we go, still on 5052, using track with the 4B205 on the orange subdivision. I'm track 582, CDTX 2118,
All right, now we'll come back and those are off. We'll start manipulating these.
CTX 118, commission just forming inbound 5052, working at route number 205 on the orange subdivision, 1665, 1671. Track 582, CTX 118, commission by red flag, without stopping, up on 16655. Here goes back to southbound speed on all tracks. Coming down, let me know when you're back.
Probably see how I'm going to do this now.
That's 248 over.
That job is in the clear. And the bowl, okay for you guys to make your move. Phillips 25, overflow 27.
Yeah, appreciate it, big dog. Y'all take it easy. Enjoy the rest of the night, over.
10.
Put these on the rear of the tankers there, and then we'll get the San Diego ones off. Shouldn't be at the crossing, but we'll check here in a second. Yep, see, we're right there, close. All right, here we go. Let's get, we got 1, 2 to go. 2 off.
Roundhouse, clear the mountain deal, I think.
report, over.
Now we got a San Diego to clear.
149.99, Greg.
We'll have one right behind it.
All right, thank you, guys. Yes, 15 up.
Moving over. If that's the case, then I won't be taking signal back. I will get you guys moving, especially if you guys keep going on greens. Over.
We're gonna watch that one right there as we kick these other ones. San Diego, it should only be that last one there. Okay, San Diego's coming off now. Got to come back just a little bit. I got to get a little closer to the switch. All right, let's go look at our front. Front car is almost there where we want it. And then we're going to do... Don't have to get going that fast, just enough. But we do want to stop this one. You know, that's not a bad area to stop it right here. Hopefully that one will connect to it. Those are good. Switch this. Actually, we don't want to switch that one in there. He's standing on the ground here. We want that one to be like this. And let's come on up. And that's pretty much how we sort them as we're picking them up. Now I can go around back here to the yard, but then my cars won't be exactly the way that I want them. Except for, I mean, there's some San Diego cars which can pull off in one loaded car. It's no big deal. So we'll end up pulling the way that we have them that we're going right now. Except for those last three industries that are behind me, which are real easy to get to. That's Y-VRN2281. And we started with the big Taco Bell loads. Grab these two San Diego cars here. Put those I got my switches lined up for this.
1968, clearing Norwalk for me.
But yeah, all the San Diego cars are together. All the empties are together. And it wasn't that big of a deal to do it as we were collecting them. We've already lined up the switch into the yard that we're going to the LAJ C. And get the back of the train. Again, I could shove this all the way back to the yard, but it's not the way we came and the way we planned it. So we're going to connect and then pull through. Our handbrakes are off on everything, and we are laced up. Get back in the locomotive and let's go. At this point, with all the loads that we picked up, we're at 2,126 feet at 1,273 tons. 33 empties, no loaded cars. Do have the collection of San Diego cars right up against the locomotives. So 4 cars for San Diego. See if I can get them up. 4 cars for San Diego and the rest are just going to Barstow. So now we head over to the D yard the way we just came from. We'll just go right back. Everything's already lined up for that trip. We'll go over there and drop those off, and that'll be it for Simulator Sunday. We'll go ahead and use this train. You can see what we got. Let's see, we're coming down on this middle track here, so that switch is lined up for us there. One's lined up for us there. Everything else is going to be lined up as we already came through there. So stand on the ground here. We won't have to manipulate these switches at all. So I'll be done talking here in a second, but we'll watch our work go by us. I'll just drive it all the way to the yard right after the stream's over. So that is Simulator Sunday. If you'd like to, come join me on Wednesday night through Twitch. 5 p.m. on the left coast. 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Doing Max Payne. I do replay those, or though I do restream them, not restream them. They get a replay here in this channel. They come out on Fridays at 10 a.m. Notice everything I do kind of comes out at 10 a.m. except for the live stream. Those come out on the Friday, so I stream on the Wednesday live. So if you want to come join the fun, chat on Twitch while we do it, that'd be great. Otherwise, you could always watch it if you so are inclined and enjoy that stuff. Fridays. Got some other. The Anarcho will be playing. It's called Sniper Elite Resistance. And so we're blowing people's heads off, Nazis' heads specifically, blowing their guts off, their testicles off their bodies, and so forth, and all in slow-mo. So you can see that. Those come out on Monday on this YouTube channel. And then the other things that I do occasionally, we have some other simulators going on, some seafaring simulators. There's a tugboat simulator that Nautica XP that it's a demo for it that I only recorded, or I think I got one. I don't know that I rendered it yet. I just did a Seafarer episode, recorded it yesterday, so I'll be editing that and getting that out. Someday, look for it here on YouTube. All stuff's free to watch. All you gotta do is spend time doing it. So thank you for joining me on Simulator Sunday. I will be back next Sunday for some more. Same time because there's no Cowboys game on Sunday. So I look forward to seeing you guys then. And I'll get over here and go watch it go over the bridge together. Take care. We'll see you next week right here on Simulator Sunday with Kung Fu Beer.